Okay, good afternoons to all of you. Today I will go for revision of chapter number 3, that is the ergonomics and industrial safety. So, previous 4 5 lectures we have discussed about the chapters on the blackboard. Certain examples also I have given to you. Uh, what is the meaning of this ergonomics? Ergonomics, this is the words came from Greek language. Ergo means work and nomics means laws. So while doing any works in industry, there is a specific rules need to follow. So these rules, if we follow, then ultimately it is very easy to work on any machines or equipments, etc. And there should be the safety if we follow this ergonomics laws. So this it is also called the human engineering as per the international labor organizations. Uh, so international. Hello. 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 My sound is audible, na? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. As per the international labor organizations, it defined as the human engineering. So in this, the application of human biological science along with engineering science to achieve optimum mutually adjustment of man and his work, the benefit being measured in terms of the human efficiency and well-being. So what is the meaning of this? So it is very easy to operate the any instruments or machine uh, in order to increase the human efficiency. So main purpose, for example, any machine is there and machine having different types of knobs, levers, buttons are there. So if man will operate that machine, then it is very easy to that operator to handle these machines. So by using his 2 hands and 2 legs, for example, while measurements, we are holding a job in one hand and measurement in second hand, and operating machines by foot. So this things, it is called the ergonomical thing, and because of this, uh, efficiency of the man's will work in very nice manner. Now, what is the objective of this? To enhance the efficiency and effectiveness with which activity is carried out so as to increase the convenience of use or reduce the errors and increase the productivity. So main purpose to study of the ergonomics to enhance or to increase the efficiency and effectiveness in the work so that your cost will get reduced, the error will get reduced, productions will get increased and productivity will get increased. Now, next thing is there to enhance the certain desirable humans value, including safety, reduce the stresses, fatigue, and improve quality of life. If anything is not designed as per the ergonomics principle, the workers, those are working on the machine, may not get the higher safety uh, while working. Traces will develop in his body. Fatigue, he will feel the fatigue, and there is no guarantee about the quality. So examples you can take our forging machines, mechanical power press, VMC, CNC, uh, everything at a right position so that while handling such type of machines, always safety things are there. Traces will not develop in the body. The operator will not feel any fatigue. And about the quality of the job as well as the quality of life will get increased. And next, in general, scope and object of ergonomic design for humans use an optimization of work living conditions. So whatever work is going in industry, the main purpose to go for optimizations. This is the meaning of the or objective of this. Now, where we can use this ergonomics, this application is given anthropometry and biomechanics. So here we have seen that measurements of our body as per the requirements means center of gravity, height, weight. So this thing actually we required to design any product or design any instrument. Okay, so if we increase the height of machine and the height of the operator is less, so it is not a right thing. This anthropometry, it indicates the measurements, and biomechanics means our body having different types of joints, and there is some related relations with the mechanics working. If you work as per the capacity of our joints, no problems will be there. If it is works or more strength is required, then sometimes the traces will get developed. Control of physical work environment. See that in industry, more physical work is there, moving here and there, lifting jobs, pressing the buttons, removing the jobs. Physical work is there. So whenever physical work is there, definitely the working efficiency will get less. So here we have to use the ergonomics principle. Design of man and machine system. So what is that man machine system? Already we have seen that display, then sensing, the programming, feeding, controlling. In the last lecture we have seen this. Design of control and display. Controls means how to control that machine. Maybe different types of levers are there, different types of knobs are there, different types of buttons are there. So these things actually while designing we require the ergonomic principle. Display boards of CNC and VNC machine as per our requirement. Then accident, fatigue and safety. From the accidents or fatigue point of view, we actually requirements of our this ergonomics principle. Workplace design means if you designing the workplace for carburetor assembly, watch assembly, the table height, then table width, chair width, man capacity. So we have to design all these things as per the our requirement. So these are the applications of our ergonomics. The next, we have seen the man-machine system last time. The man-machine system is the combination of one or more human beings or one or more physically component interacted. So this is very simple thing. In last lecture I assumed there is an interaction between man and machine. Through the display, man will sense, and with help of sense, he will go for making the arrangement or making that program, and then program will send to control of the machine. Machine will do that operation, and whatever operations will be there, it will be display on the display board. So this is the cycle of the man-machine system. And here's three categories of man-machine system. So here's the first category, that is manual system. Operator will use his own energy for operating that machine. Mechanical devices, semi-automatic, just like turret and capstan lens, certain controls or the certain types of lever, it has been used automatically. For example, our lead screw of lathe machine, and if we move this carriage with help of lever, so it comes under the mechanical system. Automatically system, here's only loading and unloading that is done by a man. Other things automatically done by the machine. So these are the three types of categories of man-machine system. So here's I have given the diagrams of the man-machine system in blackboards also. I have given this diagram. So here's certain sensing device, processing device, decisions, manipulating functions. This is related to man. So left hands through the display or through the training, man will sense that, he will process that data, decision will take, manipulate the same, and he will feed this same to control in it. Machine will work on that particular operation and display will be there. So this cycle is the actually man-machine cycle. So in this certain environmental conditions, actually certain point you have to remember. Light, clear light should be there. Heat should not be there. Noise should not be there. Humidity, it will affect on the capacity of the man. So this is the man-machine cycle. And certain examples normally used in our daily life: manual washing machine, semi-automatic washing, and fully automatic. So this is the first category. Figure number one, semi-automatic. Figure number two, and fully automatic. No needs of man here. Everything done by automatically. Semi-automatic means certain knob or levers need to operate by the man, and remaining work done by the machine. And manually washing machine, everything that is done by energy of the man. So this is the examples of our man machine system. Now, next point, that is the types of display. The revision is it is going on. The types of display, first that is visual display. Under this quantitative display is there. Quantitative display means here quantity need to measure. Under this fixed scales and movable pointer. So any pressure gauge, temperature, if you see that temperature meter is there, so here there is a fixed scale. Even in our vernier, there is also dial. Then temperatures measurement, there is also dial. Pressure measurement, there is also dial. So in this scale that is fixed and pointer is moving. Okay, so this is the one type of display: fixed pointer and movable scale. uh, Fixed pointer that is fixed and moving scale. Our weight checking machine is there. This is the example of this. Digital display on petrol pump, how much the liter of petrol it will go in your bike, the petrol tank, that you will have to see the digital display. Then qualitative display, here's auditory display means sound should be there, alarm should be there. So here is some fixed scale movable pointers. Through this you will get the particular value. So this is the example of fixed scale moving pointers. Then fixed scales with the moving pointers. This is one of the examples. Then fixed pointer and movable scale. Fixed pointers and movable scale is there. So your weight machine is there. If you go on checking your weight, such type of machine is there. We can use this type of display in that machines. So fixed pointers and movable scale. This is also one of the examples which is used in industry for pressure measurements or to measure any scale. Vernier calipers. It is one of the example of such type of this. Fixed pointer and moving scale is there. Scale is there. See, you can see the vernier caliper scale, that is movable scale. Actually, two types of scales are there. Fixed scale, that is called main scale, and movable scale, that is called vernier scale. This is the one of the example of this. Now, digital display. So here, so you will have to see the number in petrol pump. You might have seen that digital display, how much liters petrol has pumped and passed to your the petrol tank. So this you will have to see. So here's everywhere there is the principle of ergonomics. Okay, if digital display is not there, then errors may be happen. If the ergonomically we are not design anything, error may be there. Lot of time will get waste, fatigue will be there, and traces will get developed in uh, your body. Then next, auditorium display. It is supervisors than visualize display. Means the uh, here so this to visualize means we have to see the with our naked eye. But here's this auditorium display. This is superior than visual display. These display are suitable as warning device. Some situation where these displays are there. Message is very simple and short. Message call immediately action. Your fire brigades, the vehicles are there. Here's the auditorium types of displays there. Receivers will move from one position to it is one of the types of mobile auditorium display. Now next point that is the types of controls and controls just like levers. Your bike having levers. So this levers we can control by your leg or some gearless vehicles there. Hand clutches is there. So this is the one of the controls. And lever is also there. So levers, lathe machines or heavy duty machines, in order to change the gear, there is a lever. Okay, if lever is not there, or if you are not design the levers, maybe more or less efforts will be there. To avoid such type of problem, there is a need to uh, get easily change of lever just by touching. Ergonomically, it has been designed. Hand wheels in our four-wheeler hand wheel is there to turn here and there. Cranks are there in mechanical power press. How much strokes will get takes place? Knobs are there by rotating the pressure meters. We can adjust there. Push or uh, push types of buttons are there. So electrical switches, voltmeters, ammeters, such type of buttons are there. Joystick normally used in our computers. Foot pedals, this is used in hydraulics or mechanical power plants. So everywhere display and controls are there. So all things designs as per the principle of ergonomy. So at least you can remember the types of display and types of controls with certain example. It is very easy to understand. So next thing, hand control and hand control lever. So this is one example we have used to change the gear. In four-wheeler, there is a lever to change the gear. Here, knobs are used to change small displacement, just like our vernier calipers, micrometers. We have to change small displacement. Knob is there. Or in project profiles, there is also light. So if we increase that knobs, the light will get more inside this, more visibility in that picture. Push or button type is there. So here normally used in our electricals, the all types of the equipments or circuits or the different types of drives used in our CNC and VMC machines. Foot pedals normally with help of these foot pedals we can operate forging presses, mechanical power presses for press tooling, hydraulic power presses. We can use this. So here is some examples normally used in our uh, normal lives. Hand control is there. Cycle example is given. Push button is there. Electrical knobs are there. Cranks are there. Okay, in our juice crushing machine, crank is there. Foot bu- push button is there. Hydraulic and pneumatic power presses. Wheel, water supply. This type of wheel is there. Lever is there. Levers normally used in our water tap. There is a lever. Just we trace this, automatically water will come. So these are the examples of the different types of controls. You can remember any one example. And here some choosing the controls. So speed, accuracy, force, range, suitability for task knowledge. So which is the good, which is the medium, and which is the fine thing through the charts you will get. So for example, push button is there. Push button speed is there. It is good for high speed. Accuracy, it is unsuitable. Force is unsuitable. Range is unsuitable. Only this is used for a speed purpose. So like this example it is given here. Then manually material handling system. This point already we have studied in our syllabus in the last 2 3 lectures. So manually material handling, as possible as we have to remove this part, because if you go for handling the material manually, there is a more physical work and the more traces in the body of the worker. And certain people actually we required to handle this. Old or inexperienced persons will not put for uh, handling this type of material. So here certain points you have to remember, so biomechanically, physiologically, psychophysically. So these points you have to remember while designing the material handling system. But ultimately, nowadays, the manually material handling system, as possible as the peoples are reducing. Instead of this, they are using cranes, fork lift, conveyor belt. Okay. So because of this, there is a no manual work. Whenever manual work is there, definitely there is a effect on the production, because man's traces will get developed in his body. Definitely after one shift, the he will feel the fatigue, and there is no further work, less efficiency. So man jobs or activity requires material handling systems such as loading and unloading. In industry, to put the job inside the truck, or we can remove the job from truck. Raw materials, suppose we are purchasing the raw material from the outside, need to remove from that truck to the our company's premises, unloading. And normally that is done by manually, but it is very dangerous. There is a problem in the accident also. So we have to avoid this. Removal of the material from conveyor belt, strong atoms in warehouses. So sometimes the need of conveyors instead of this man, or sometimes they are putting the unloaded the jobs on the conveyors and it will move to the store. This material handlings by man activity effect partially musculoskeletal system causes the over execution. So whatever our skeleton systems are there inside the body, different types of joints are there, muscles are there. If we use this material handling system by manually, definitely the traces will be there. uh, that person will feel fatigues and overexertion will be there. Maybe that person will come tomorrow on the work or not. We will not give any guarantee. So as possible as we have to avoid. So the in this already we have discussed 3 points are there. Biomechanical means biological and mechanical means human body along with the mechanical parts means rotating parts approach is there. Physiologically, mentally situation, inexperienced person, old person, the height weighted person, weak person. This also study. Physiopsychology means combination of both, means the mentality of that person, experience of that person, then how much the capability of that person. This will comes under the point three. So these 3 points you have to consider while doing the uh, material handling by manually. Very simple things are that capability of the person need to check while material handling. Capability of the person need to check while material handling. Suppose 20 kgs weight is there and need to handle by man. So here we required the strong person, experienced person, will not use any old persons or children. Okay. So here need to justify the capability and accordingly we can make use of the material handling system. But from the existing point of view or industrial environmental point of view, you have to avoid this material handling systems by manually. But if you use this manual system, then biomechanical, then psychological, physiopsychological, or these 3 points need to remember while handling the material. Approach for assessing the material handling system by man. How much can be handled without damage to the body? So this judgment we have to take in the form of, for example, muscle strain, injury, joint problem. This is called biomechanical criteria. Biomechanical means biological. Our body it comes under the biology. Mechanical. This is a part of the equipment or rotating equipment. So there is a certain link. If you lift more than the unexpected weight, the stress will get developed in the muscle. Skeleton system will not work. So this point you have to consider to the capability. Second point, how much can be handled without over exerting? Exertion will not be there. Any other problems will not be there. So here's the physiological criteria is there. Means without breathing hard to point of the loading that problem. Then how much do the people feel able to handle comfortably? This is called comfortability is there. Means while handling the material, comfortability means there should be certain hooks, certain holes should be there so that easily we can lift that part. So it will comes under the third point of this manual material. So here is the same description. It is given. You have to remember only biomechanical, then physiologically, then psycho physical approach. These three approach you need to uh, think uh, over the material handlings by the man. So design consideration in the some points need to remember while handling this material. First thing is there capability is the first thing, but here's decrease the weight of object by handling. So this is not in our hand. So very lightweight material is there, we can handle this. But if the mass handling is there, we cannot use the man. Second, use two or more people for heavy and large objects. It is very simple. If job is large, we can use more than two, 3 person. Use pull or push activity. So by pulling or pushing any fork, so such type of the device actually we required. Minimize the carrying distance. If the material handling distance from one place to next place that is more, we can think how we can minimize this. Stock material below the shoulder heights. So if we are putting that load on shoulders, traces will develop as possible as we can handle this material below the shoulder. Keep heavy object at knuckle height. If object or job is very high or weight, it should be below our knuckle joint. Design containers with handles. Then select best person to do the certain activity. Best or trained person we require. Assign the job within the worker's capacity. This is very important. Capacity should be there. Without capacity, we will not going to ask to anybody to pick up this material and move to the next place. Training to the worker properly in techniques of lifting. So need to train the workers how to lift that job. We can give the certain training, maybe visual display or art actually training need to give. Train them to adapt to safety practice. Means while lifting any job, they one care need to take that accident will not be happen. So this point you have to consider while designing the material handling systems by man. So next that is anthropometry. It is the branch of ergonomics that deals with the body shape and size. So what is actually anthropometry? It is actually measurement devices, not actually devices, but ergonomically it is called the measurement of the whole things of our body shape and size. It studies the measurement of the human body, including linear dimension, weight, height, volumes, and range of movements. So that in military organizations, measurement of our body it is going on. Similar thing, it is called anthropometry. So what data here we require static and dynamic things we require. Static means stable position. We have to check all the body dimensions. And dynamic conditions means while working, you have to check the condition. So here's a design for extreme individual, design for average, and design for adjustable. Here's in the last lecture, I have given one example. Uh, chair. Chair is there. So how we can design the chair? What should be the height of the chair? What should be the height of chair? Somebody will design as per the extreme height, 6 or 8 feet height accordingly. We can design the chair. Somebody will design it is useful to heighted and minimum height person also. Means here is the average height need to take while designing the chair. And somebody will think it is inversely used for all. Means here adjustable. So it is better to make use of adjustable chairs so that it is applicable to minimum height person as well as maximum height person. So this point it comes under the anthropometry. So after this anthropometry, we actually come to our workplace design. So workplace design, what actually we require, where we are working. So that place, how we can design. Here's a man having two hands and two legs. Optimum utilization of all these arms as well as two legs and your sitting conditions, then your moving conditions, then your the standing conditions. According to that, you can design the workplace. So main purpose to avoid the fatigue, to avoid the stresses in the body. The ideal design of any workplace should be begins with the operators in mind. So operator will think the design should ensure that operator will have adequate and comfortably that he can see what he must and he can operate his control in effectiveness. So while designing the any workplace, for example, carburetor assembly is there, watch assembly is there, conveyor assembly is there, gearbox assembly. There is only workplace. So how we can design? Very simple thing. The man, those are working in that place, they should feel comfortability. So this is the one. The second, determination of workplace requirement will involve the examination of work element which constitute the work cycle, examination of body measurement and heat and movement and capacity of the workplace. So here's the need to study about the body movement, the working capacity. This is also very important in the workplace design. So dimension of the working surface. So where you are sitting for assembly of carburetor, what should be the dimension of table? Normally 50 centimeters object or control that to be grasped. Means 50 centimeters. Within that 50 centimeters, all things should be there. So that that person will work with his two hands. Dimension of working envelope, man and machine system designed to determine the location of where control to be placed. It is necessary to visualize the complex three-dimensional envelopes of the face in front of the operator. So, very simple thing is there. Whatever control or display systems are there while testing, while making the assembly, it is very easy to the operator, and that system should be at the right place. Say that while driving any four wheeler, so some person they are driving their cars with the right hand side and one hand on the lever and with 2 foot legs that is on the accelerators and brake etc. So this is the ergonomical design. That this is also workplace. Workplace height at should be the anthropometry. Adjustable height should be there. Okay, if it is not there, need to design accordingly. So here is actually a dimension of the working place. Already we have discussed in the last lecture. So man is sitting there, assembly is going on, maximum working area, minimum working area, then assembly station is there. So how much he can cover that area? 64 inches is there, and normal working area that is 43 inches apart. The maximum area from his shoulders that is the 26.5 centimeters. It is given like this. So this is the working surface or the workplace design. So height is also there. Working envelope is there. Normally maximum working place in three dimensions. So we can see that. Similar in three dimensions. As per previous figure, same thing. If you see in the top view, you will have to see like this. Then workplace height is there. So easily that man's will operate that machine. Easily that person will make the assembly. Accordingly, height should be there. So ergonomically need to design the height as per the common height, but sometimes there is a need to make the adjustable height also. Guidelines for workplace design: locate critically or most, control in the best location so that they can use it easily and rapidly. So all these control elements should be need to apply rapidly, easy to operate. Arrange the component in logical sequence as they would mostly operate. There should be sequence. The nut bolt washer assembly, which is the first, either washer or nut or bolt. So that you have to think, and accordingly we can make the sequence. Most frequently used component should be at the central position. Washers normally we are using in every assembly. So this is most frequently attempt we can keep at the center of this. and infrequently used in peripheral area, other area. Average control considerations to the reaction time, accuracy, movement, and amount of force required for their operation. So time, this is very important. Accuracy of movement, this is very important. How much force is required to do that assembly? This point also we have to consider while designing. So ergonomical consideration for chairs. While designing the chairs, some example is there. So before ergonomics, the stable chair was there, made from wooden. But nowadays it is adjustable, supported to your backbones, and fully it is automatic sometimes by using pneumatic or hydraulic unit. So here ergonomic constitution for chair, standing chair is also there. Then working conditions. In industry, working condition physically, psychologically, social factor aspect of work environments are crucial factor which affect the comfort of the work and efficiency. So physically and psychosocial factors need to be considered while designing the working condition so that worker will feel comfortably and efficiency of working will get improved. Physical factors, there should be light at working place, ventilation should be good, noise should not be there, temperature should not be there, heat should not be there. Otherwise, irritations will be there. Then psychosocial factor is the motivational work environment, which including working hours, rest, shift system, health and safety. So this factor actually need to consider. Working hours may be 8 hours. In between rest should be there. Shift system should be there. Good, healthy and safety environment should be there. Working conditions always should be away from the noise and vibration. There should be proper light, thermal condition, temperature, humidity uh, should protect the body of the workers. Ventilations means your evaporation cooling systems to your body should be there. Hazards in working condition, dangerous thing has to handle automatically. You can take the cares of hazards of this. Noise and vibration. If you will not control noise and vibration, the mental situation of that person will be weak. Sometimes he will become depressed, not able to listen anything. So as possible as you have to design each and every instrument such that noise and vibration should not be there. Source of noise around 80 decibel sound is actually required in the working condition. It is given in the our performance of the worker. Normal performance of the workers depends upon the body, its efficiency, capability. This is one thing. Second, color blindness, it will affect on the performance. Visual adaptations to light levels is important mechanism. External factors like the lights, contrast, quality, amount of light, and times observation movement. So some factors need to consider while designing. The visual factor here it is given means which is seen by our naked eye. Principal in on improving visual performance. So everything should be there. It is a very common thing. The light should be there. There should not be high temperature. Humidity should not be there. Heat section should not be there. Okay, and easily to work in order to get the comfortably. So this will affect on the performance of the worker. Thermal condition means heat should not be there. Ventilation means good evaporating cooling system means window should be good so that the filtered air will come out from the outside and it will go up. Wind ventilator, just like in our workshops we are using wind ventilator along with the open window so that ventilation will be more ventilation, definitely there is the effect on the efficiency of the work. So in the next part, that is the industrial safety. So up till now we have covered the ergonomics. What is the ergonomics? Why there is a need of ergonomics, and how we can design equipments or machinery or any other things by using ergonomics. So control device, display device, man capability, all these things you have to consider while designing the any equipment and machinery. Any machinery while designing, we have to get it fulfilled through the ergonomics. Otherwise, there is a problems to the man those will going to work on that machine. Next is accident. Industrial safety is there. What is the accident? Unexpected, unpredictable things will happen in our life. Because of this, the factory, some parts will get damaged or sometimes the life will get exposed. So such things it is called accident. What are the causes of accident? Unsafe condition is there, not safe condition is there. Unsafe law is there and other causes. So unsafe condition, other laws and other causes that we'll see. Uh, Here the unsafe conditions means the what is the environmental condition, noise condition, vibration condition, unsafe laws while handling the materials while moving from here and there, training to the workers. So this will be there. Others causes, maybe the environmental causes, maybe fuels causes, maybe the gas problems. Those are working in industry. There is a possibility of gas. Go for the gas leakage part. This is the one of the accident, biggest accident in India. So these causes are there to happen the accident in industry. So not to happen the accident in industry, what to do? Proper safety measures. You can take the safety measure. Proper selection of the safety measurement. Safety conscious should be there. And enforcement of discipline. This is important. Incentive should be there. Safety communities. Proper maintenance and safety and training. All these parts will be there. So prevention of accidents, safety, whatever things are there, the maybe industrial point of view, maybe the organization point of view, or the any other dangerous things point of view, you have to remember this. Need of safety. If we are not taking the care, so what will happen? Increase the rate of production. Safety in industry helps. If safety is there, production will get increased, cost will get reduced, reducing damage to the equipment and machinery, preventing premature death of talented workers who are in asset, preventing needless pain and suffering to employees. So if you are not taking, ultimately all these 4 5 points are happens in industry related to the workers, and that worker no more will work in industry. So this is the need of safety. Safety measure essential in industry. So safety measures essential in industry. So first thing, provide wire mesh safety guards to all rotating parts fully. Means whatever rotating part is there, pulley is there, gear is there should be safety guard. Second, high voltage equipment or other mechanics which can control properly, guarded and should be separated. Guard should be there. Pressure vessel and their component parts should be periodically tested as per the specification. Defective parts should be there. And so pressure vessel, this is the dangerous parts in your sugar industry, chemical industry. If we not control the pressure, definitely explosion will happen. So need to check. There should be the preventive maintenance, and if possible, remove the defective atom and replace by new atom. Material handling equipment should have abstracted parts to move. Sometimes crane is there. Crane is moving in between, those are in the working. So because of that sound or the crane hooks, the accident possibility is more. Defective tool, hammer, spanner, etc. should be immediately replaced. If it is not properly working, you can replace it. Power should be switched off before repairing the equipment. Any equipment is there driven by electrical power. So before repairing that, we have to make it rectified by making the power off. So some industrial acts are there. Yesterday we have seen, just we will go to this certain act. So industrial act means laws. These laws are enacted government to provide economical, social justice to the worker, in financial as well as social justice to the worker. Provisions for equalitability, distribution of profit, benefit occurring from the industry between the industry and workers, offering protections to the workers against harmful effects of their health, safety, and morality. So, government has made certain acts from the industrial safety point of view, healthy point of view, and as a social morality point of view. Principle of Industrial Act, Social Justice, Minimum Wages Act. This is the doing the work, or suppose we are started one industry and we can call the persons to work in our uh, industry, then we are giving certain types of work to that worker. This is one of the social work. Okay, and minimum wages act means the amount should not be less than the what the government has decided. Then social equality should be there. There should not be um, give the work as per the religion, as per the caste or any other thing. National economical, financial growth will be there. Economic growth of nations will be there. International uniformity and solidarity. International things need to accept standard levels as per ILO. Uh, See that human rights are there. So human rights, it is applicable to all over the world, international level. Okay, any war is there, this international informality come into the picture. So this industrial act is also one of the one act in this international. Indian Factory Act is the 1948. Main objective again to protect the worker, safety to the worker, healthy to worker, getting incentive, motivations to workers, certain benefits to the workers, his and his family. That's why, if this type of laws are not there, definitely anybody will do anything, any types of the work under the reluctance will give to the any worker. So that the government has made certain laws and that need to follow in the industrial. Indian Factory Act 1948. Here, health is first preference they have given. Safety, welfare means related to family. Working hours of adults maybe 8 hours. Employment of young person need to train them. Employment of women should be away from rotating parts or material handling system. Children also we can avoid seeing that. Live with wages system means we have to um, demand the leave with the daily wages system. Special provision should be there. Your working area should be away from the accident, disease. If it is not there, penalty will be there. Indian Factory Act, health provisions in order to follow this law related to health. There should be cleanness, disposal of waste, good ventilation and temperature. Dust and fumes should not be there. Artificially humidification should be there. Overcrowding should not be there. Good light will be there. Drinking water and latrines and latrines for fulfill the personal needs. So this point it comes under the 1948 Act. Nowadays every industry is following this technology. So safety provisions also be required under this law. Encasing and fencing of machinery means there should be guard over the machinery. Work or near machinery in motion should not allow any man or woman nearer to the motion of the machinery. Employment of young person on dangerous machine means as possible as without trained person or young person we can avoid from the special machine. For material handling there should be host and lifts or crane should be there. Lifting machine, chain, ropes, lifting tackle should be there. Pressure plant should be there, adjust the pressure. Lower sprayers means access to different places. Then there should be color coding systems on this. Excessive weight should not be avoided. There should be protections to their eyes. Precaution against the dangerous things and precaution is ceasefire. So everybody, every industry they are following ceasefires is there. Dangerous to avoid should not be uh, dangerous thing to your eyes. Then the crane should be there. There should not be manual material handling. There should be compound or fencing over the rotating part. This Indian Factory Act 1946. So here welfare provision it is there. Washing machine facility, facility for setting, first and canteen, shelter, fresh welfare. So whatever actually personal needs are there, it comes under the welfare. So working hours that is very important. 48 hours we already studied. 9 hours a day. Holiday should be there. Overtime should be there, but that amount is more than this. Annual leave with wages system should be there. Should not allow the children or women. Employee state insurance. This is the last part of this. So main object of the Employee State Insurance Act to reduce the social insurance through the compulsory state insurance by providing benefits like sickness, maternity, or employee injury. Means anything will happens in the worker's life. If the man is not there, even though there should not affect the financial effect on his family, for this purpose we require the insurance. Okay, so here the sickness is there, maternity part is there, then employed injury will be there. While working injury will be there, sickness will be there, the woman's worker, maternity problem is there. So all this purpose, there is a insurance scheme under the 1948. So because of this, you will get benefit to following medical related to all health benefit will get. Now, while doing the yesterday, we have seen that this employee state insurance, some amount 3.20% organization has to pay, 2 point something amount that the employees had to pay, and some fund will get from state government and central government. They will accumulate each other, and through this, uh, they will give insurance for the health benefits of the workers. This is the employee state insurance. Uh, Sometimes, in order to increase the facility of the worker, loan will get sanctioned. Then school facility will be there. The school fees loan should be there. So this is the scheme, and actually this scheme in 1948 it is applicable to uh, those employers having annual salaries less than 21,000. This is the only minimum wages act is that this is decided by central government Minimum Wages Act. So it is based upon the minimum time rate for fixation of wages. For half an hour, this much wage, this much rupees, half an hour, this much. This is one system. Minimum piece rate system, one piece, this much amount. Guaranteed time rate wages. 1 hour is work quantity in respect of quantity. Anyhow, you have to pay the money. And overtime rate should be double of daily routine. This will also comes under the 1948. So minimum wages payable under the act shall be paid in the cash. Currency will be there. Employer shall not pay less than this. Government may fix a number of working hours, holiday, maintenance record will be there. And as per labor laws in industry, every week the inspector of the labor service used to visit to that industry to follow whether they are following this act or not. So with this, our revision of the chapter number 3, ergonomics and industrial safety, this is over. Already I have taken these uh, chapters on the blackboards, and once again, very fast, I have taken the revision of this ergonomics and industrial safety. So just you can go through this PPT and try to remember things. All things are very simple. Ergonomics means what? What is the object of ergonomics? Control system, display system, anthropometry, then different types of act and working conditions, workplace design, all these parts actually with one example at least you have to remember. Okay, so next lecture we're going to start our second sections number uh, 2 and chapter number 4. Okay, so with this, our time is over. So now we'll stop here. Thank you once again to all of you.